Hi everyone, how you all going? And welcome to my spoiler review of Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. This is the fifth installment in the Mad Max franchise and a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road, which came out in 2015. Bit late into getting into my review. I was going to do it actually a bit earlier, but I had a cold, just recovering from a cold, so I took a bit of time out. But yeah, this movie is a prequel to 2015's Mad Max Fury Road, and it basically explores Furiosa's origins. So in the movie, we see Furiosa as a young child get snatched from the green place of many mothers, and then her mum tries to defend her, and then her mum actually gets killed by Dementors, played by Chris Hemsworth. Let me start off with the plot. The plot was fairly straightforward. There wasn't too much depth to the plot. It's basically a revenge story. So Furiosa gets captured by or snatched by Dementors and eventually sold to Immortan Joe. And then 15 years later, she goes about planning her revenge against Dementors. In terms of the action, in my personal opinion, my humble opinion, it actually surpass the action of Fury Road. Now, it's not quite as action-packed as Fury Road, whereas Fury Road has action pretty much beginning to end. This movie does not have action beginning to end. That being said, the action sequences did impress me more in this movie than they actually did in Fury Road. In terms of the performances, Chris Hemsworth, in my opinion, was the highlight. He was definitely the standout. I did have mixed thoughts at the start on his performance. At the start, I thought he wasn't too believable, but then after watching the movie a second time, and as the movie also progressed, he really grew on me as a villain. I think he did a remarkable job, and he definitely was a standout in my opinion. Anya Taylor-Joy was also fantastic. Interestingly enough, she doesn't actually appear until about 45 minutes into the movie because the first 40 or so minutes actually showcases Furiosa as a young child. I also enjoyed Praetorian Jack in the film, played by Tom Burke. I think he did a fairly solid job. But yeah, performances were great. The cinematography was fantastic. I definitely had Dune Part 2 vibes in some scenes. But yeah, the cinematography was awesome. The CGI, yes, this movie does have more CGI than Fury Road. That being said, it did not feel overblown. I know some people have been complaining about the CGI in this movie. In my personal opinion, it did not feel overblown. So, what are the weaknesses with this movie? Well, in my opinion, this movie is not quite as well paced as Fury Road. I think the first 40 or so minutes are very slow. Yes, it takes its time in actually setting up the foundations of the plot, but in my personal opinion, the first 40 or so minutes is just a little bit too slow for my liking. Furthermore, I would have liked some more action here and there. Like, there are a few standout action sequences, and yes, the action did impress me more than Fury Road, but this movie was not as action-packed as Fury Road. I would have liked a few more action set pieces in some other scenes as well. There was a lot of exposition in some scenes, which I thought did drag on in some areas. So, my overall thoughts, I give this movie an 8 out of 10. Another strong point, in my opinion, was the cinematography, the sound, and the score. In my personal opinion, the cinematography and the score was actually even better than Fury Road. Fury Road did have exceptional cinematography, an exceptional soundtrack, but in my opinion, this movie had by far a much better cinematography and a much better score and sound. In comparison to Fury Road, yes, not as action-packed, but in my personal opinion, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, is a superior movie to Fury Road. Now, it is a huge shame it has pretty much bombed or flopped at the box office. It's currently only made just under $70 million worldwide, only had a domestic opening weekend of $25.5 million, and I think over its Memorial Day weekend domestically it earned $32 million, which is not good at all. The budget was $168 million. But please go support this movie. It is a thrilling experience, a thrilling spectacle. You won't be disappointed. If you didn't like Fury Road, I definitely recommend still checking it out. If you did like Fury Road, then yes, definitely check out Furiosa. But overall, an 8 out of 10 for me personally. So your weaknesses, some issues with the pacing, but overall, a thrilling time at the movies. Take care, everyone. All the best. Bye.